Look, it's a clap.
Why can't you clap?
I can clap.
Here, let me do the clap.
Okay.
Wait.
That's going in, bro. That's going in.
That was a limp clap, bro.
That was so bad.
That was worse.
I'll take that.
That's staying in, bro.
All right, this is how we're beginning. Boys, they're clapping because I said clap if you like making shit trades on fantasy. No.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back.
Finally.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nothing But Net. My name's Hectic Fred. It's gonna be stream. It's been a while. The podcast is gonna look a little bit different. We've been gone for a few weeks. We've been remodeling our studio.
We've been really leaning into the nothing in the name.
Yeah.
We've just been putting out nothing.
We've been putting out nothing. We put out like 6 clips from the last episode.
Yeah.
Like we got really good at putting out clips and then radio silence.
Well, if you remember the last episode, we came on here and we said it's time to get serious. We put out a good episode. We had clips every day and we've put out nothing since.
Yeah, but to be honest, it's because we've been getting serious, like literally getting serious.
Like if you're on YouTube, you can see
like,
the new set. So
dude, that's a TV right there. Bro.
It's hard to be recording a podcast here when there's like drills and like I'm literally looking at all.
We're looking at a vacuum cleaner.
I'm not a blue collar guy, so I don't recognize half this equipment. But
we got an impact driver. We got everything around here.
Measuring tape right there.
Stuff all over the floor, bro.
I don't think that was used for the studio.
But we got a pretty new setup. We're missing one camera at the moment. We don't know where it is.
We're going back to episode 1.
So Flax and Winston are sitting next to each other. They can hold hands together, you know. I don't know why you hold hands, but
You just said.
Okay,
He's a handsome guy.
They're close enough. No, he's not. I said they're close enough that they could hold hands, but they decided they actually.
It's because he got a really good fade, you know.
Oh, mate, he looks Leb, mate.
Hey, shout out Barber Zone. Shout out Barber
He looks
Zone.
Leb, bro.
Bankstown Fades, can't go wrong. It's actually Gun Barber. Get there.
Yeah,
they're not a sponsor.
Bankstown has
in Bankstown.
Yeah, an hour.
An hour from you, mate. You live in Richmond and Windsor. Like, who lives in those places, bro? Besides Air Force pilots, bro.
How about me?
Man?
Lives in Belmore for a week, and it's like, all right.
Hey, he's going for a week, bro. He's left the gong. Winston has
here.
left the nest.
Yeah,
he's
that's it.
in Sydney, bro.
He's climbed Mount
He's
Ousley.
in Belmore.
I've brought the Neville family name back to where it belongs.
Exactly.
There's been 5 generations of Nevilles in the area. But my generation, nobody lived here, so I was like, I need to bring it back. Maybe we'll win the comp now. Maybe that's what's been missing.
It wasn't prop forwards.
You actually want to know the last time a Neville lived in the area?
When?
Dead set, 2004. I'm not kidding. So
maybe this is the new.
Maybe that's why. Just saying. No Neville in the area in 2024. That's what it was.
The Neville blood's back where it belongs.
And you know,
and I've got the fade for it.
Yeah, 100%, bro. You know who else is back where they belong? My goodness, I just realized I missed my barber appointment, bro. Dude,
does that make me more Leb than you?
I'm such an idiot, bro. I was like, there's no way today's the 23rd.
It sure is. It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's Christmas
This
Eve.
is the Christmas special, by the way.
Well, while Fred figures out his barber stuff, because I don't know how he was...
Was it today?
It was today.
I don't know how he was going to segue.
Do you reckon your barber thinks you've cheated on him?
No, but now I'm going to have to cheat on him, bro. I don't want to cheat on him, bro.
I actually just came off cheating on my barber. So for this, I'll tell Yama, he sorts out his barber business. This is now a hairdresser podcast.
Yeah, welcome. Well, Bankstown Barbers, get him involved.
Yeah, get to Barber Zone. So this is what happened basically. Like, I lived in Wollongong like for the last 3 years, and I was coming up and getting my hair cut at Barber Zone the last 2 or 3 times, but I ended up, my hair was really long and I just needed a haircut. Couldn't come up here because it's like, an hour. So I just went and got a haircut in Wollongong, gave me the worst haircut ever, and literally sat in the chair today. My barber took one look at my hair and goes, who cut your hair? And I was like, how do you know that?
How do you know?
And he just started telling me everything that was wrong with it. And I was like, oh, damn.
Well, with me, like, I've had the same barber ever since I was a kid. Because where I went...
You can tell.
Oh.
Continue.
No, when I went to where I lived and grew up in primary school and all that stuff, they owned a shop in like a mall. And then when I moved out to where I live now, and like I was like, I need a new barber. I went to the shops. I went to Coles, and next door they were opening up a brand new shop, and they moved there. So I've had the exact same barber my whole life.
There you go.
And so I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but it's been consistent, and that's all that matters. Never cheat on your barber.
You know, my mum
Fred's
cut
about
my
to-
hair till I was in like high school. Shout out, mum.
Bowl cut?
Nah,
got a bowl
the
out
Ben
there?
Barber cut. Surely you remember, like everyone was getting the Ben Barber cut.
No, I don't remember.
Don't you
bro.
remember that?
No one in.
Bro, yeah.
In
Everyone used to want the Ben Barber haircut. You
No,
don't remember
bro,
that?
nobody was. Bro, Ben Barber
Just me.
had a. Remember he had his period where he was bald,
Yeah.
like full.
That's the
it
Ben
wasn't
Barber
that
haircut.
It wasn't that haircut.
No,
No,
the-
like 2012.
yeah.
Did you sort your barber out?
No, bro, because I booked it in like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because I had to because he was running out of sessions, and I'm
Yeah.
like, and I just completely forgot that today was the 23rd, and I just messaged him saying I apologize, and I'm like, bro, if you need me to pay for the session, let me know.
Yeah.
Because I just gypped him hard.
Yeah,
I
Because
realised
he's like got the booking and stuff.
yeah. I just completely gypped him.
I'm going to see my favourite man, Hectic Fred, going to cut his hair. Doesn't show. Doesn't even message.
I know,
Too
bro.
big for him now.
I just messaged him now. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. I just realized I'm like, oh
Real
no,
psycho
today's the
right
23rd.
Yeah.
What a, I can't say that word. I was going to say the word, but YouTube won't let me.
Anyway, you were saying what else is.
You were going to segue.
returned
You
or
had a
something?
perfect segue.
You were
I didn't
literally
check-
mid segue.
I
And you're
know.
like, my barber.
My barber.
I know.
Do you remember what you're saying?
Man,
Bro, he seems so disappointed.
I'm pissed.
Bro,
Okay, so
I
at least
get
I'm on
it.
video, the reaction when I
Yeah.
realized, I can
Yeah,
send
we'll clip
I
it
can
up
send
and
it
send
to the
him.
legend himself, bro.
Tag him in
But
We'll send him a little present for Christmas.
that's got to be a clip, but like,
it. Nah, I'll be
Hectic
clipping that
Fred
up.
realizes he missed his barber appointment. I was playing too much League of Legends, didn't realize.
A current affair will pick that
Yeah.
up. Don't worry.
Damn, bro. Damn, but
That's a everyday
the
scandal.
segue was meant to be into basketball because
It's a basketball
it's a
podcast.
basketball podcast.
meant
I'm
to
actually
be.
going to talk about basketball.
Yeah, but a lot has happened in basketball since our last show 3 weeks ago. And we've had an NBA Cup. We've had so many damn trades in fantasy that I've lost count. Our teams do not look anything remotely close to what they did 3 weeks ago.
Nothing.
We've had NBA ratings drop-offs. We've had a lot of trade talks in the NBA as well. We're going to cover pretty much everything.
Couple of records broken.
Couple of records broken. LeBron James playing so many minutes.
Wembanyama getting the quickest amount of threes.
Yep.
That happened recently.
What?
He was the first quickest person to get 200 threes
Ever.
ever. He beat
I think Buddy.
Ray Allen and Steph Curry
Yep.
and someone else.
I think
So-
Buddy Hield was on the top of that list. Or he was the quickest to like 1,000 or
Yeah.
500 threes or something like that. Buddy Hield's got a 3-point record somewhere. That guy's fallen off from the first week. People with we gotta start off with fantasy. I saw like people trading like a legitimate player for Buddy Hield. I'm like, dude, did you forget who Buddy Hield is? Like,
Somebody offered him to me, and I just looked at him and just went, "Oh, he's not good anymore." Because he used to be good. Like a couple of years ago, he was a good player.
he was okay, but
Like,
the Buddy Hield
he
special
just
is
shoot-
he
Sacramento,
just
yeah.
scores and nothing else.
He's like a
Yeah.
wish version of Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
But no,
Was he
Michael
at
Porter
Golden
Jr.
State?
at least gets 7 boards a game. Buddy Hield gets like 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He plays like minutes and doesn't do anything with them. But nonetheless, boys, I'm second in fantasy. I think behind Gary, who is undefeated.
He has gotten
Unbeatable.
so lucky.
Yeah, I know.
Like no offense to you, Gary. I don't know if you listen to the podcast. Probably not.
He's not.
But
And, if he is watching or listening, he's hate watching.
yeah,
bro.
he's hate watching probably. But he has gotten
He's
so
making
lucky.
sure
because
there's-
his team's not. I would say your team's the best team, and then before yesterday's trade, but it's yours, and then maybe Lawrence's, and then a few others. But Gary has gotten lucky because he's been able to play everyone when they've had the worst injuries on their team, and he's undefeated.
Bro.
He's 9-0.
Yeah.
He beat me.
He beat me. I had a lot of injuries, bro, and he beat me by like 100, like
Bro.
or less than that.
He beat me by 20. I had Jokic not play because his daughter was born.
Is that
One
the
game-
was that the personal reason?
One game from him and I literally win, but
Yeah.
he decides to have a daughter. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah,
Oh,
like he-
brother.
Is it his fault or the wife's?
They should be timing that so it's born in the off season. I don't know, like
NRL players should do that too because
It's ridiculous.
the amount of kids
Hey,
that
listen,
are born.
man. At least it's like in the WNBA, if they have a kid, it's like a torn ACL,
Yeah.
bro. They come back, they're never.
Albert injury
They,
back 9
they
months.
come back. No, it's 9 months plus paternity leave,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
And then fucking like, and they come back, they're never the same. It's like, do you reckon? You know, how, like in the. like the typical line is like, I didn't go pro because I fucking tore my ACL when I was 16. Like that's the line, you know, man. If I didn't do my knee, it would have been in the NBA. Do you reckon there's someone in the WNBA or that was a prospect that said, man, I would have made it if I didn't get pregnant.
Could you just imagine like being in the bathroom and it's like you're projected like number 2 pick overall and it's a positive pregnancy test. No!
Man, careers, do you reckon it's got to have happened at least once,
There
right?
could have been 3 Caitlin Clarks, but man.
That's man. We might be onto something here. But do you reckon
Just time it
scouts?
better.
Do you reckon scouts like as soon as she gets pregnant, man, that second overall pick is now gonna be? Do they get moved to?
Do you reckon they're worse single or worse when they're with a partner?
Did it? Oh,
Like if they're with a partner, are they more likely to get pregnant or are they more?
well,
Fair.
that probably explains what this. I probably should have said that one, but maybe that's why. So they can, you know. Because it's a career ender if they get pregnant, bro. Like I think there's a player right now that's pregnant. That's like a major player.
Saying career ender is wild.
It's a career ender, bro.
It's like D Rose, bro. It's like when he came back, he wasn't the same.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Oh man,
They reckon-
that's the only time we ever talk about the WNBA in the show. Besides Angel Reese hate, of course.
In the NRL,
Angel Reese doesn't have to worry about getting pregnant. Angel Reese doesn't have to worry about that one bit, unless it's by Jaylen Brown. But I don't know what he must be down bad, bro. He couldn't get with that reporter that he lied about getting 6 rings in the next 6 years. He must be down bad because. Say that, bro. Oh man, I say whatever I want, bro. If it's Angel Reese, bro, no filter, because she looks like. She doesn't have to worry. She doesn't have to worry about being pregnant whatsoever, bro.
This whole segment redacted.
You're gonna have to bleep it.
I'm gonna have to go to it. It's gonna be like,
Why cut it?
there's gonna be like a C-section. This is a surgical incision.
C-section?
Trying to figure out what can.
What? Yeah.
Do you move
so
this
that's what
segment to the end and just
that's
reward
what,
the
no,
listeners?
and I'm just gonna say this C-section. What's most likely? Like, what do they use C-sections for the most? Pregnancies.
Yeah, correct.
So, I reckon keep it. Did I
yeah.
even really say anything that
Nah,
bad?
it's
Probably.
But the rest of it,
Don't cut any. Just go through and just bleep maybe 1 or 2 things. Most of it was fine.
most of it, I think it was just the
Bleep 1 or 2 things.
we just cut for now. But we'll talk about our fantasy teams. We'll talk about our fantasy teams now. So yeah, Gary's first. I've got the second best record at 6-2. I think now 7-2. So are we chilling? I got Tim this week.
I got
Rip in advance. That bloke has Chet Holmgren, has Paolo Banchero, has
I asked
Franz
for
Wagner.
Tim. I asked him. I was like, "Can I get Chet?" He was like, "No, I'm gonna hold him." I was like,
No, I don't. He's not trying to hold Chet. He's trying to get actual value for Chet.
"Yeah,
he's not back for
he's
22
worse
games.
than you." He's like, he doesn't want on value. He's like, "Oh yeah, give me like Bam for Chet."
I just want.
Yeah.
I just want to win trades, mate.
I just want to win. Chet.
Yeah, but like my thing is, if I'm not wanting to give up a player, I'm not just going to do it because you want him. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like if you want one of my players and I want one of your players,
But that's what I mean.
There is
but-
a common
but
interest.
But I never looked at your player and went, "Hey, I want him." It's you coming to me and saying, "I want him." It's like, well, like, I'm not just going to give him up because you want him. Like, I understand you're sending a balanced trade, but for me, do you know what I mean? It's not like I'm desperate to do the trade. So I'm like, well, like, I'd just rather hold the player. Like, I drafted him for a reason.
And in our league, a lot of people get desperate for trades.
Unless it's Brandon
Nobody
Ingram.
gets more desperate than this guy.
no, I don't get desperate for trades.
What do you mean?
I don't get desperate.
This bloke,
This bloke's messaged me at
Lawrence,
6 a.m. this morning. Please give me
This
Michael Potter
bloke-
Jr.
this-
I need
this-
him for my
the-
team.
I messaged you at 9:50.
Don't let the
Flaxy,
truth get in the way of a good story, mate.
hey, Flaxy and Lawrence, they're like addicted to making trades. Like that guy that has his veins popping out of his head, like that's them if they don't make a trade every day.
Bro, literally
I-
11 p.m. at night, Flax will message the chat, somebody please trade.
Hey, listen, but I was desperate for a trade last night because I made a few trades, all right?
This man, I've never had this man call me. Sorry, but I've never had this man call me twice in 2 nights at it was like
11 o'clock.
I swear I could imagine him on his bed with his legs up, like, let's have a talk about a trade.
Mate, I was playing Cyberpunk. Okay, I was playing Cyberpunk, but we made a trade yesterday. I needed a power forward pad because I literally the only two power forwards I had was Jonathan Kuminga and Tobias Harris. So I sent Flax, Bam Adebayo, I sent him fucking Jamal Murray, Rudy Gobert, and I sent him Jonathan Kuminga, who, his average right now is not the best, but if he does get traded, which we are going to talk about later, his value is going to go pretty good. And then I got Anthony Davis and I got De'Aaron Fox. So I'm happy with my selection. I needed to consolidate my roster a bit, so we're looking decent. We might do we send a screenshot of our teams, or do we put it up on the edit so everyone can see?
I mean, I have a photo because I know how this league goes. I took a photo of my team on draft day.
Yeah.
And I gotta find that photo. I'll find it for next week. But I have a photo of draft day and where it's at now, and I think I have maybe one person on the team from.
The only guy I drafted that I think I still have is Wemby.
I have a couple.
Yeah, Wemby. That's it.
Can I have Jokic?
No,
he keeps sending me like super fair trades, and I'm like, that's a good trade, but I'm not doing it because I don't want to trade him.
I sent him a fucking lot of players for Wemby, for Jokic, bro.
I literally looked at it and went, that is super fair.
He would have accepted it.
Yeah, if
he wanted to get rid of Jokic, he doesn't want to trade Jokic.
Like, it was literally so. I literally said to him, that is the most fair trade ever.
No, it's just straightforward. Like, if I'm paying for Jokic, I know what the price is. Jokic is essentially like a Ferrari, mate.
So lucky. I got pick 11. It's so shit.
Pick 11.
Bro, he's literally dropping 70. It's so nice.
Yeah. Pick one, the difference between pick one and pick two is the biggest I've seen in years.
Yeah.
And do you think it will continue to be like that? There will be a bigger gap, or Jokic will start to fall?
I think because Jokic is averaging 75, I don't see him doing that. I think he will go to 68, and then Wemby I think will go up to 60. I actually do think he'll go to a 60 average.
And then what is it? Is it Luka third?
No. So it's actually right now the averages, the best averages are what we got. Jokic, then
Jokic,
we got Giannis,
Giannis.
and then
someone in
Luka
the
and
AD.
Anthony Davis. And then fifth is Shea, and then Wemby. I think just took over Shea yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
So I got AD and Wemby on the same team. I'm looking good. I'm competing with Lawrence. I think Lawrence of Arabia. Guy's got he's got Giannis. He's got Luka. He's got Jason Tatum.
He's done well because his team a couple of weeks ago was just not great, and then he sort of pulled it back in.
Yeah, he's
made some good trades.
But he lost this week.
See,
who to?
He lost to.
I think there were a few upsets.
He had a few injuries.
He lost to Waivers FC. He lost to Aiden Whiteman, whose team is looking pretty good now.
Because I was looking at it because I lost mine. I was like, what were the other matchups? And they all went in my favor in terms of who was winning and losing.
Yeah, well, everything went in my favor. Everything went the way I needed. I needed Tim to lose. He lost. I needed you to lose. You lost. I needed Lawrence to lose. He lost. The best possible outcome I can see, and this is for both of us, is that those two Lawrence and him verse in the first round, and one of them gets knocked out. And then Lawrence has a string of injuries, which always happens to him. And he always says...
What about Gary?
His team's not that good. He's just been up against...
Gary's got a good team. His team has been pretty healthy all year as well.
He's picked a healthy team.
But Trae Young, Maxey, Jalen Johnson has been his best pick for sure. And I've tried trading for him
I'm surprised I got the trade I got through today because he's usually...
Well, that one just looks like an absolute
but
L
it's
for
not,
you.
Say what the trade is for the people watching.
I know it's not actually bad, but he traded Ivica Zubac away for Goga Batadze, essentially. Thinking that Goga Batadze is going to be the new Zubac now with Mo Wagner tearing his ACL. But Mo Wagner never played center. He only played power forward for that team.
Yeah, but look, it's like Cat, right? It's like Cat, right? When he gets the position for himself...
Yeah, but he doesn't.
And look at how he's been performing since though.
Yeah, but he's still got Wemby. Yeah,
but Wendell he's such an injury.
Too.
He's such an injury, and Paolo's not coming back for a while.
What do you mean Paolo's back in one game?
And then but then Franz Wagner's also out, so he's out for 14 games. So
But Paolo's about to
Bro,
be back,
I'm telling you, Goga is going to be fine. We're going to be looking at this in a week or 2 weeks.
I'm not saying that you could have gotten Goga for fucking way less.
Not with Gary, bro. Not
With Gary, you could have got him. He dropped him 2 weeks ago, bro.
Yeah, but Goga was nothing back then.
He was desperate to win.
Look, and I needed to win, and I won, and that's all that matters.
Fair.
Okay, yeah.
Because it set you back.
I know, but you traded away Zubaks for Jakob Poeltl.
And you know what? Maybe I'll win a trade down the line. So who knows?
Okay. But I'm just saying, I just think you could have got a lot more for Zubaks than Goga Vitadze.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know who else you traded, but there was someone else that you got. Even this bloke doesn't know, bro.
He does that many.
Look, I don't even know who's on my team until I fucking look at it.
Yeah, but the thing is he's got Zion and bro, they are.
Bro, I got like.
We just talk about this. The Pelicans are 20 games behind 500. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do, but they are going to have to.
Do you reckon? We're
talking about trade talks now, man.
That's what I was going to. Do you reckon Zion gets traded?
It's not. I think it's a possibility. But the thing is if Mikal Bridges got 5 first rounders, how many first rounders are they going to want for Zion?
Yeah.
All right, and I know Zion doesn't play that much, but there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No doubts about it.
I don't think he's the one to get traded off the Pelicans.
If Zion Williamson plays basketball, he's elite at basketball, bro.
Yeah.
And he was getting better this year, bro. They're giving him because with DeJounte out, they were giving him a lot more responsibility with like initiating offense, and he was looking mad.
Yeah.
But then he does whatever he does. I don't even know what the injury is. Fatness.
Just too many
the
burgers,
same
bro.
injury as me, bro.
Too many cheese.
Did
Did you hear the commentator today? Like Mike Breen was like, we're seeing Zion where he usually is on the bench, and it's just like, come on, like
it's true,
but not to go back to fantasy real quick, but I picked Kawhi and I picked Zion. Now, obviously they're risky because we all know their past, but at least Kawhi looked like he was going to play. Like, if you look at him last year, in one of his better years coming back, he played majority of his games last year. So when I was pick 11, so I think I picked them round 3 and 4 too.
Yeah.
So they weren't my first picks. And so when I picked Zion was healthy and he was doing really good until he got injured. I was, like...
He was.
Before Melbourne Cup, he was like... Because I know he got injured around the Melbourne Cup time. Before Melbourne Cup, he was giving me 40.
But that's what we're saying. And he is good, but he was always injured.
Yeah, man.
And obviously, I took a risk, and it. Look.
Yeah, and they are 5 and 25, bro.
Next
year,
year,
20 games behind. He was talking to me yesterday, thinking that they could make a run for the playoffs.
They can.
They are 20 games.
They don't lose another game this season. Guess what? They're in finals.
Yeah, but they're
do you think
losing
they're gonna
another
lose
game
another
this
game?
season, bro. Because they're 20 games behind 500. I think that out of all the players that are going to get traded, I think the 2 that are most likely to get traded, as I know they said everybody except for Herb Jones, Yves Missy, and Trey.
Missy played well today, by the way.
And Trey Murphy III are unavailable. Like everyone besides those 3 are available. I have to add DeJounte Murray to that list. They just gave up a decent bit for him. I highly doubt that they're going to move him on. He seems to be the one guy that fits the most with the rest of the guys around him. I think he's untouchable. That's why I went to trade for him, because he was underperforming. He was injured. And I think Zion has a very, very high chance of getting shut down. I think if he gets another little injury, all right, he's not going to play for the rest of the season, because why risk playing him?
Yeah.
Why risk playing him when you're 20 games before 500?
Didn't they do that last year, though?
This tank, yeah.
Yeah, look, he got injured again, so just let him play some basketball, try and get...
Yeah, but there's no point, because...
Well, there is points, because he can up his trade value.
Yeah, but last year's draft was shit. This year's draft there's a sweepstakes, mate. 1 and 2.
Do they even have the picks for it, though?
I don't... They have our picks.
Surely they do.
They have our picks, bro, and I think...
But they're not even the worst. The Washington seemed to be the team to go for.
But you don't be in the lottery.
Yeah, but the top 3 picks have the same. The bottom 3 records have the same percentage of getting it. And then the next 3 are not even that far behind. You just got to be at the bottom somewhere, and you have a really good shot at getting it.
With your bottom 6, bottom 8.
Yeah, and Zion. Yeah, so I reckon that Zion has a really, really high chance of getting shut down, because if they let's say 20 more games in, I think they're just going to trade Brandon Ingram. I think they're going to trade CJ McCollum, and I think they're going to probably keep Zion around, but for next season. Because I honestly, for my honest opinion, I think in terms of fit, I think the team is better with Herb Jones and Trey Murphy starting, and then them getting a center with those with that capital. I think if you can turn Brandon Ingram to like DeAndre Ayton or Walker Kessler or something like that, I think you're looking good because it's seemingly obvious that I know Missy's doing good, but I think Missy's doing good because there's nobody else. There's nobody else to do the center role.
But that's
their backup center is Daniel Tice, bro, and he's like a very undersized center, doesn't get very good minutes.
But that's the good thing about Missy though, because he's going to be able to like get better and progress as a player. Not having anyone on the team, he's going to be able to progress. So,
of course, but they're not going to win anything with that guy.
Oh no, he's not a star player.
He's not. No, he's not starting caliber. When you can go get someone, I know them losing Jonas was pretty big. Like it's definitely been a massive hole that they haven't been able to fill. If they're going to go get someone like DeAndre Ayton who's expendable, because in all fairness, Portland has 3 centers that they could play big minutes. They got but they're just all sharing the same role. They have a surplus, bro.
Yeah.
They need to get rid of one of the centers because Time Lord looks good when he plays. DeAndre Ayton looks good when he plays. They're very injury prone. Donovan Clingan in that environment would develop and be better than Yves Missy, in my opinion. But I think they drafted Clingan knowing that they're probably going to deal with Ayton or Robert Williams in the next couple, this season. So I'm keen to see what they do. I'd be aiming for DeAndre Ayton or Donovan Clingan if I was them, and they have the assets to send them. I think I could definitely see Brandon Ingram going to Portland for a couple of players, bro. They have a bit of a hole there. Besides Shaden Sharp, like their forwards are not the best, bro. So get Brandon Ingram there, you look all right. Brandon Ingram is the one I think is 100% going. There's no way that guy stays. I'm seeing the Lakers be linked with him is making me want to vomit because I was there witnessing when LeBron first came. Brandon Ingram was insane whenever LeBron didn't play. But whenever LeBron played, they couldn't.
It's like D'Lo. It's like they just... Well, you guys need to get rid of him.
Yeah, he's the next player I was going to mention that should be in trade talks because the team is just... we've seen it now. Austin Reeves got injured for 5 games and we went 1-4. And it was a 1 point... The one win was a 1 point win against the Jazz. Austin Reeves is the point guard of this team, bro. He should be playing 35 minutes a night and D'Angelo should be shipped out somewhere else. In my opinion, I think the one that makes the most sense is you ship D'Angelo Russell to the Wizards because their point guard rotation is very weird. Yeah. And Malcolm Brogdon plays 20 games a season, and in those 20 games he looks mad, but the other 60 games he's injured. You send him there, and then I think they're probably going to send another player down there, probably like Jared Vanderbilt or someone. And I think the Lakers are going to get Kyle Kuzma back home with Jonas Valanciunas.
Just get the old school Lakers back.
Bro, I would love Kuzma back, bro. And then if they secure a buyout for Lonzo Ball, why not go get Lonzo Ball, bro?
Bring LaMelo, they can play with his brother.
Man, I think he'd come back home straight away if they did secure a buyout. But
I got to ask you about the Lakers, though. So, we were talking about how JJ Redick being a new coach, how he would perform early episode 2 or episode 3. We're past the NBA Cup where Darvin Ham's become the most undefeated. Yeah. How he's become undefeated in the NBA Cup. How, the Lakers are kind of looking the same with... Maybe not. If you look at
the record, it's the same. If you watch the game, it's like night and day. But they're still filling out the roster a little bit. LeBron's missed some time. Anthony Davis missed a little bit of time. They're constant, but the thing is, the one constant is whenever Austin Reeves plays, the Lakers look better. And he just gives us a little bit of everything. But I think JJ's doing way better. And I've watched the game, and you look at the game with your eyes, there's a lot less dumb shit going on. Darvin Ham said if he had that record or was in that position with any other team, he'd get an extension. okay, yes, our record was good, right? Last season. Like this time, or the same last season. But what people are missing out on is Darvin Ham's shitty rotations cost us about 4 more wins. You know what I mean? Like, the West is looking really good this season because everybody's, like, the Memphis are looking good.
Yeah.
You got, like, the Rockets becoming a threat. The Warriors are still the Warriors to some extent. You know, there's a lot more good teams. Last year, Grizzlies were a write-off. Like, the West was a lot more open last season than it is now. I think it's harder to have the record that JJ has. I think if Darvin was coach, our record would be worse. Because even though JJ is making stupid rookie decisions, right? Darvin was making stupid rookie decisions in his second year of coach. And it was getting worse and worse. And you hear, like, I don't need to tell you, if you listen to how they coach, JJ's like assertive, wants them to, like, he's coming out with out of timeout plays all the time that are good, get us a few more extra points every game. Bro, Darvin was just, they're two different type of coaches, bro. I definitely trust JJ. And I know JJ has like a psychopathic mentality towards coaching, the way he's obsessed with it. He's obsessed with the game of basketball. And I know when you're obsessed with something, it's only going to make you better the more you do it. So
Then I got to ask.
Darvin Ham is not obsessed with basketball, bro.
No. What's the problem then? Is it that they're not trading? Because they haven't traded. There's been opportunities where Lakers needed to trade in the offseason and they didn't. And they could have gotten players and they didn't. Is it the trading or what's the issue then? Like, what's the issue with the Lakers? Why is the
issue with the Lakers is on the long term, it's like if you look at the last 5 years, there's been control. The control seemingly lies with LeBron James and not the general manager, not the coaching staff. Like, LeBron James is essentially the owner of the Lakers, the way he does things. Everything has to have his final sign-off. Okay? Case in point, number one is the drafting of Bronny James. Was a primarily...
Hey, that man got 30 points in the G League. Put some respect on that man.
Okay. Quincy Olivari averages 30 in the G League. Okay? I'm going to say one thing, bro. Yeah. The drafting of Bronny James should tell you where control lies.
Do you think, and like this is going to be very hot, but do you think for the Lakers to move forward and find success, does LeBron James, obviously maybe you wait for him to retire, but does he need to be moved on from the Lakers for them to have success? Because he's too controlling.
No.
Doesn't his second son come to the league next year?
Bro, his second son is worse than Bronny, bro. I will die on this hill, bro. Watch him play. He just sits in the corner the whole time, bro. He's like 6'8". Like, get in the paint, you big dog, man. What are you doing?
Like, is that the solution for the Lakers? Is LeBron holding them back?
I was saying this. Okay, when we signed LeBron, like, I was invested in our young core, bro. If you look, like, in hindsight, look, they probably wouldn't have won anything. But if you looked at how much our recruitment team was cooking, okay, all right, our draft picks was literally Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance Jr. Like, this is pretty much in order.
Yeah.
Then we got Lonzo Ball at 2.
Yeah.
All right, which was a no-brainer, bro. Like, the guy was literally he led his team to everything possible in high school.
Yeah.
Some little nothing high school, bro, was the best team in the whole country.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's like, besides Cade and them, the second best high school team ever. Like, in general consensus, I think Chino Hills would have beat the brakes off of Cade and them.
Yeah.
But hey, Chino Hills was LA team. All right, he goes to UCLA. Showed no signs. Like, his shot looked a bit funky. All right, but honestly, man, developing a jump shot is the easiest thing you can do in the NBA. Is the easiest thing you can fix is developing a jump shot. It's way harder to fix passing, like not being a ball hog or not being a good passer. It's way easier to fix rebounding. Rebounding it's a motor thing, bro. It's a motor and instincts thing. Way harder. Like, if you don't have it, you just don't have it. But everybody can learn how to shoot, bro. Brook Lopez didn't took like 2 threes his whole career, and then became a 3-point specialist. Like, it's something that you can develop. There's shot coaches on every team. It's all about how much work you want to put in. So I'm okay with them drafting Lonzo Ball there. I think 10 times out of 10 you draft him there.
Yeah.
Then they get Kyle Kuzma, like pick 18. Then they get in the second round. I think they get Josh Hart the next year or later in that draft.
Yeah.
Like pick 30. You know what I mean? Like we just cooked with every draft selection. Brandon Ingram, we had a mad team, bro. Our team that year before LeBron James came, or if LeBron James didn't come, and we go to 2018, the team would have been Lonzo Ball, D'Angelo Russell, but they sort of did trade him away for Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
Which could have been a good thing. But let's say it would have been Lonzo Ball, you would have had Jordan Clarkson or Josh Hart at the 2. You would have had Brandon Ingram at the 3 to develop, Julius Randle at the 4, and then Brook Lopez at the 5, let's say.
Yeah.
Because I think they made a trade. They got Isaiah Thomas. Like, you can build off that, bro. Like, all of these guys ended up getting named All-Stars.
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball was never an All-Star. Like, but when he was healthy, he was getting sort of close to that level.
Yeah.
He was improving every single year.
Yeah.
Then LeBron James came. Julius Randle said, I got no place. Went to the Pelicans. We lost Brook Lopez to the Bucks. We lost Isaiah Thomas to free agency somewhere or traded him away or something. And then I just knew when LeBron James came, I know I've been yapping, but when LeBron James came, I knew one thing. This young core that I got so attached to was not going to last very long. And then back end of the next year, LeBron gets shut down. All of the team was injured. And we didn't make the playoffs. I think the year before LeBron James came, we were very unlucky with injuries. We missed the playoffs for like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram, who were starting to blossom into real good players, they missed 55 games combined due to injury. Like, or maybe it was a bit more. I just remember these stats from the time.
Yeah.
And I think we were very close to making the playoffs that year. I think we just needed a little bit of health luck, you know?
Yeah.
But with young players, their bodies aren't developed, they get injured.
Yeah.
But Julius Randle made an all-star game since then. So did Brandon Ingram. D'Angelo Russell did. Kyle Kuzma was in talks about being better than Jason Tatum. Obviously, those talks are ended. But, he's a solid player, bro. Josh Hart, fucking machine.
Yeah, gun.
All right, gun, plays big minutes, does whatever the team needs him to do. He's only gotten better since being in a Knicks uniform.
Yeah, 100%.
And I just think we could have built off that, bro.
But
who we traded them for, we traded them all for Anthony Davis, who has been mad, and it immediately paid itself off with a ring.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. So
it was
in
worth
hindsight, you got the ring, right? Yeah. And so at the end of the day, that's what you're trying to do.
It was worth
it. Now, moving forward, I feel like LeBron's control of the Lakers is sort of holding them back from today going forward. I feel like everything that's happened, it was worth it because you got the ring. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do. If you win that ring, you did the right thing. But 100%. I just feel like moving forward from now, LeBron's he's a top 2 player all time. There's no denying he's a great player, but I feel like his control is holding back the organization.
Do the Lakers win a ring with him in the organization?
No, bro.
And that's exactly it, right?
This is where I was sort of going to.
What are we holding LeBron James for?
Yeah.
I took the long route with this because I was going to segue into, we won a ring. But from 2021, I've actually wanted to trade LeBron James. I've actually wanted to get rid of him.
Because not a second ring.
We're not winning, bro.
Taking his
we won the
one
ring. We won the one ring. Fair enough, man. But fuck, man, we're not going to win anything more. I know he's still good, and I know he had mad seasons and stuff, but we were never going to win with him, bro. And we still are not going to win with him. So what's the we could have traded him away when he had value.
Yeah.
And we didn't. And now he's going to leave for nothing and just retire. I would have shifted him back to Cleveland, bro. I would have taken Darius Garland for him, bro.
I don't think he would have ever gone back to Cleveland.
Why?
Because he's an LA guy now.
Yeah.
He finds those Diddy parties so fun.
He moved to LA for the Diddy parties.
Exactly.
But end his career where it started.
Yeah,
it's going to be a farewell tour.
Yeah, it'd be that'd be the best farewell tour for them, bro.
he's I don't think he retires until he's broken every record he can.
What more records is he going to break?
He just broke the minutes record for the most minutes in the NBA.
Was it $1 billion?
I don't know. It was 200 and something thousand, I think.
No, sure it was $1 billion.
No, there's no. Bro, it's not a billion minutes. It's crazy.
I know that sounds crazy, but
$1 billion minutes is
1,000
years or some shit.
Yeah, but that's a lot of fucking minutes, man.
It's LeBron we're talking. He's been here a while.
I don't think it's been a billion.
$1 billion minutes is 19,000 years.
Yeah, bro. He's
On 1900 years.
How old's LeBron again? It was 57,000 minutes.
Yeah,
so not quite a
57K
billion.
minutes, bro.
My bad.
Just
Close.
But
I think I was close.
So I know I yapped for a bit, but the long story short is I would have traded him after we didn't win in 2021. I would have just gotten rid of him, got whatever draft capital we could have. I'm in a position now as a Lakers fan where I'd actually be keen to trade Anthony Davis and LeBron James away.
Really?
Because
he's still a top 5 player in the league.
Yeah, so I would get rid of him while he's a top 5 player because he's starting to get a little bit older and the injury history isn't there. And if he cops a long-term injury, all I'm saying is his value is not looking too good.
Yeah.
And, he's always talked about after this contract, he's always hinted at the fact that he's going to Chicago after this contract, which is 2-3 years away, but still, just ship him there. I'm sure they'd accept him with open arms. You can give us some pieces and some picks. Lonzo, Lonzo's only there for one more season, for this season, and that's it. So I think he's going to.
Do you reckon he goes to Charlotte?
No, I think if he gets traded to Charlotte, maybe because he's going to be a mad salary dump for them. But I think. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with him. I think he's going to get either traded and then bought out by another team, and then he's going to be up to him what he does because that 20 million gets absorbed for this season, and then he's cash for free agents next season, and you can get yourself a Caruso caliber player for that 20 million, bro. So that's the way I see it. But they got guys like Kobe White, the Matas Buzelis, they got Nikola Vucevic who's playing out of his mind. I've been thinking that they're gonna trade him away for ages. They haven't. They also have Zach LaVine, who they still haven't traded yet. If I was the Lakers, I would want to blow it up, keep Austin Reeves, keep Rui Hachimura, keep Dalton Connect, and just start the rebuild, bro. Because once I think it would just be best on cashing in on Anthony Davis, man. I think we gave up a lot for him, and I think we got a ring. Imagine we'd be able to get 4 draft picks for him back from a team that's one piece away. I can, without it, honestly, without a doubt in my mind, bro, I think Oklahoma City would be the perfect place for him. In terms of especially last year, before they got Hardenstein, they were missing a piece in the middle.
Yeah.
They're paying Hardenstein $30 million a year. That's a fucking lot of money.
Do you reckon there's a trade where it's Hardenstein
I
and
think
AD?
he would have to be involved. I think it'd probably be Hardenstein and then probably a couple of the Case and Wallace's.
Bring back Caruso.
Yeah,
because then Caruso plus
them all
Hardenstein is more than AD's contract. That's $50 million.
Yeah,
right there,
at
mate.
D'Lo. D'Lo can be 6 man for the...
Yeah, but I'm just saying, they have a wealth of draft picks. They have too many draft picks. They're at the point
We don't
now
need to know why, just...
Yeah. They have a wealth of draft picks available. I think they have too many.
fact that
they have to trade them.
The fact that they have a team that can make the contend and that many, because you usually
It's
see
scary,
that
bro.
you
Yeah.
see that many draft picks on teams that are rebuilding or teams that are dumping everything and tanking to go for the number 1 pick next year. They could have a number 1 pick because they have so many draft picks.
No, they have draft picks from teams that are struggling right now, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They
So
have Philadelphia's draft pick.
yeah. And speaking of Jared McCain tearing his
MCL.
meniscus.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
MCL meniscus.
Good content, though.
Yeah.
That'll be a good vlog.
Good vlog for him, and he's out indefinitely. So
I don't know how he's
Rookie
gonna
of
do
the
that.
Year
I think
race
he's out for the
over.
year. He's out
I
for
don't
the
know
year.
how he's going to dance, but that's the only concern.
Yeah,
TikToks might have to go on pause.
dancing the crutches.
Yeah,
bro.
true.
All right.
Just
It's
do
like in
the
high
He can, do
school.
he can do the Irish jig with the crutches.
It's
bro.
like in high school, get everyone to sign the cast.
Yeah.
He's only more popular now.
Yeah, that's true.
Chicks
But
dig
next one,
crutches.
next trade. I know we've been speaking about the Lakers for a bit.
I
I think I just needed to vent about my young core, bro. I miss
Do
him.
we get paid for the therapy? Or?
I don't know.
Nah, man. Then we
We'll
got.
hear about it after the show.
We also got Zach LaVine trade talks. Where do we think he ends up? Does he stay there in Chicago, or does he end up getting traded?
Surely he's not staying any longer, is he?
Yeah, I think he's
I
going to
just like-
Denver.
Is he going to be like a Capella where he's he's going to get
Yeah.
traded and he
That's
does
another
it?
one I
This
wanted
is
to
the
bring
third.
up.
This is the
Capella.
second year of LaVine trade talks, maybe even third year. So surely he goes now, And the talks are starting to heat up with
Denver
because they believe Michael Porter is their future. I think that's a fair enough trade. They got a lot of guys that like to handle the ball. Michael Porter doesn't need to handle the ball. You just give him the ball, shoot. Give him the ball, one dribble, pull up, shoot. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'd love to see
give him
that.
the ball contested by all 5 players. Shoot.
Doesn't matter, bro. Doesn't matter.
Shoot.
He hits that shit, man. And he's been hitting them this year, bro. He's been shooting pretty well, except for today. He got benched and played like 22 minutes in an overtime thriller against the 5-25 Pelicans. But still. I think he goes to Denver. I think he fits in pretty well. He gives him a third guy that can initiate offense off the dribble.
Do you reckon why that's why they benched him? Because they didn't want to see him how he plays in person.
No, I think he was just stinking up the joint today.
Or they told him like play like trash, so you can drop your trade value, so we don't have to trade you.
Maybe they're talking, bro. But I could definitely see not a straight swap. I think they'd probably have to give away a pick or something, Denver. But does it make them better? I don't know. Only one way to find out, really.
That's today.
Then we got De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
A lot of rumors to the Spurs. I don't think it's going to be the Spurs. What would the Spurs have to give up in order to get him?
Would Chris Paul be a part of that trade?
I don't think
Surely
Chris
not,
Paul-
because they just got him.
I don't think Chris Paul will be part of that trade.
But Chris Paul could get like 6 man of the year. Just imagine him on the bench as a bench point guard.
I looked at the 6 man of the year odds. It's looking like a shoe-in.
No, not like
It's looking like a shoe-in for Payton Pritchard, by the way.
Oh, I wasn't like not for this year, but like if they did trade for next year. I want to talk about awards because obviously Jared McCain was the favorite for Rookie of the Year. He's injured. It's back in the open now.
I think it's going to be Missy, bro. If they don't trade for a center, I think he's going to win it. If they don't trade for a center, I think, because the reason why I don't think it's the Spurs is because they just drafted a point guard and they signed a point guard. I know if the opportunity presents itself for Fox to be traded, there's going to be a lot of noise around it because. Yeah, and I think you have to do it if you're
I was going to say, how much would you have to give up?
I think you got to give up a guy you're probably going to give up Devin Vassell. Obviously everyone.
They don't use him that much anyway.
No,
they should because he's a good player. But
no, he's always injured.
You're
Devin
telling
Vassell.
me I've got him in fantasy. They do not.
He drafted
Is
him
either
pretty high
injured?
too.
Yeah, I did.
He's injured all the time,
but he's
bro.
got such a high ceiling. But he's just
And
always
they
injured.
just need a couple more.
And then
they need
ease him back
floor
into that
spaces, bro. They need some floor. They're gonna have to give up some picks for him. I think they're probably gonna give up
Definitely
2 or 3
picks.
for him.
Definitely
And I think
picks.
they take back Harrison Barnes. Because there's not that many valuable pieces that you got. Trey Jones, who I think would be pretty good on another team. You got Stephon Castle, who has some value, obviously. Chris Paul has some value, but I just don't.
It's
old. It's short-term value.
Yeah.
But I think if you're the Kings, it could be the type of player that you need because he can sort of hit a jump shot.
Well, who's your point guard?
If you're the
Kings,
you'd have to go for Chris Paul here because they don't really have a point guard.
I was going to say Fox is their point guard.
Maybe they're going to put Malik Monk has actually pretty good assist numbers. Maybe they think he can do it. I don't know, but they're going to have to get some shooters. I'm keen to see what they do, but I just don't see if the Kings do deal him to the Spurs, I don't think they get that much back. I think the Knicks probably got more for Mikal Bridges than what the Spurs will give up.
Yeah.
Unless they get, they don't have that many players, so it's going to be all draft capital.
Yeah.
And the Kings GM he's a loser, bro. He's such a bad GM, in my opinion, man. And I just think the trade for DeRozan absolutely messed up this team's chemistry, bro. Not that on the field. I don't talk about on the court, not off the court. They look confused. Everyone's assist numbers are way down. The ball. He's just
not as much of an offensive threat as they Maybe that's why, because maybe they traded for him because DeRozan's defense. It's he's more of an offensive player, so maybe they thought, let's get another offensive player, and then it's just screwed up the chemistry.
The balance is off, bro. DeRozan, man, he just takes too many mid ranges, bro. He can't. If he could shoot the 3 ball, then fair enough. But because Sabonis is always inside, even though Sabonis can shoot the 3 ball, he doesn't. And that means DeRozan's always inside, Sabonis is always inside the arc, and De'Aaron Fox is not the best shooter in the world. So they have spacing problems, bro. I think if they just need some guys to just open up the court, and I think the good thing about the Spurs is the court is open. Their center is literally bombing 8 threes, 9 threes a game, bro, which is Victor Wembanyama. That's
and blocking
only
10 shots.
blocking 10 shots in one game. Like he
done it
gives
twice,
you the
didn't he?
best of everything, bro. And I think if they get Fox, they're going to be very dangerous because downhill, their transition is going to be an absolute problem. The floor, it's going to be so open for him because he's playing with a center that can shoot at that level that he can. You know what I mean? Like, I think if he goes there, I'll be mad. I think a team like the Suns might be potentially, like, they have to give up, like, Bradley Beal. I don't think they can make it work. The one that I think for Fox is, and I think they'll have the same problem, but I think the Timberwolves are just close to making a big move. I don't know for who. Could be for Fox. I don't know. I just have to.
But then you have a similar. Well, at least Ant shoots
problem.
a three. I was going to say because Ant's.
It's just Ant shooting threes right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Literally.
I'm keen to see what happens, man. I'm keen to see what happens. But yeah, there's a lot of players in trade talks, man. Kuminga as well. Like, and the thing is they played really hardball for Kuminga in the offseason. Didn't trade him for Lauri Markkanen.
They should have.
Probably should have.
Yeah.
In hindsight, looking at it,
Yeah.
probably would have been OP. Even though he would have been a good second option there. Now I think
I mean, Markkanen's been kind of asked this season.
he's been asked this season, bro, because he's not a number one guy, bro. He's expected to be a number one guy there.
He just he just seems like such a mid guy. Like you just don't think of him as a star. Like it's like you see some of these players, you're like, oh, they're a star. I've had Markkanen on fantasy for the past few years, and it's just like
He's always just there.
he's just
right?
there. It's like
he's there until
even in fantasy as well. He's like, oh, he scores you get 35. Like he's not even a star player on fantasy. So would he become a star player though? If he went to Golden State, would he be used in a way where that would make him a star player? Because he has a good three ball, but like he wouldn't be the Klay Thompson.
It's hard to call a second. I don't know if you're going to Golden State and being a star player just because of who you're playing behind, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're sort of second fiddle, third fiddle. And that's where I'm like, it's sort of hard to say he would be a star. But I think he'd be better, but I don't know if you'd be looking at him as a star, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's
just because of who he's around.
The problem with Lauri that I think people will find is that his defense is zero. You pair him with another, like, stars in this league typically have zero defense, but you have a couple of them, then you have some problems, bro. Like, if he goes to the Warriors, their defense is going to be so bad because their only good defender is Draymond Green. Especially after they trade everyone, like, they're going to have to give up anyone that's half decent defensively on their team.
Well, they seem to be having issues with
Podziemski,
there was a interview. I didn't get to really see what it was, but it was like something about him and Steph. Like, do you know what happened with that?
I don't, bro. He just looks ass, bro.
Well, he's worse than last year.
Significantly worse than last year.
Like there's apparently like internal problems.
Yeah,
that
you can tell when you watch him. You can tell when you watch him, bro. Because the Pods, man, I was so high on Pods this year. I traded Zubac for him after like 4 games, bro.
Yeah.
Like and that was on another league, and I was like, "Fuck!" I look like an idiot now because Pods has been ass, and Kerr is. It's clear that this Warriors team is not good at developing young talent, bro. No. They are not good at developing young talent. That's why if I was them, you can't get the best out of these players. Just trade them while teams actually can see the value that they have, and pick up someone that you can just slot into this system and do well.
I mean, like, what do they really have outside of like they still have Buddy Hield, like, but
they're not getting rid of him. It's Kuminga, it's Moses. The ones with value: Kuminga, Podziemski, Moses Moody. Those are the 3 that they can trade. And whatever.
Like,
else.
what are you gonna like? Seriously,
Like,
what are you gonna get for? You're not gonna get.
But the thing is, they were in the offseason, they were getting trade offers for them, and they're like, nah, more. And they said no to that for Lauri Markkanen. I would have done that in a heartbeat, bro.
That would have been so good.
I
mean, with Utah as well, they've been like very shit as well. Like,
on purpose.
Yeah. Well, they're going for the flag.
For the flag.
I'm telling you, man, they're getting him. They're getting a number 1 pick this year.
Jazz.
This is the most Jazz number 1 pick that they'll have for the next 20 years. Like, it's the Utah Jazz, and this guy is wide as rice, mate.
What
He's
kind of
going,
rice?
mate. He's jasmine rice, bro. All right, he's going there, bro. He's going there. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. Like the Pelicans got the number 1 pick the year that AD was in all the rumors to go to LA. All right, it's the draft is rigged a lot of the time, bro. And this
I think
that Pelicans year, it was too.
I'm telling you, the Spurs getting Wembanyama was like,
Yeah,
what
like-
got
yeah.
it for me. I was like, no way.
Dude, Lakers getting Magic, okay? Like, the Lakers getting the 4th pick the year of Zion sweepstakes was insane. Like, I don't understand how the hell we got that.
Yeah.
But then that gave us the value to trade for Anthony Davis. And they had the number 1 pick anyway, and they drafted a power forward. You know what I mean? Like, it made too much sense, and it happened too perfect. And the NBA, it's going to happen too perfect again for the Jazz. The Jazz are going to lose one white boy this season in Lauri Markkanen, and they're going to get the savior, the white boy of all white boys, like the best white boy coming out of the draft since Larry Bird. That's what they're talking about. Because Luka wasn't that hyped coming through. He was hyped up by me because I watched him in the EuroLeague for Real Madrid as a kid, but he's not hyped up by the rest of them. I remember, especially American media, when I having a bar, they wouldn't even talk about him, bro. I'll quote Stephen A. I don't give a damn how good this kid from Europe looks. You gotta get us. You need a center. You have a center available. You draft DeAndre Ayton. I don't give a damn how this kid in Europe looks. His words, not mine. That's what he said.
Shout out to Stephen A.
Just got to get a side-by-side panel.
Yeah.
Was my impression good?
That was actually pretty good.
I think that was pretty good.
It's
I
like
think
some more
Arab Stephen A.
intensity. I reckon.
No, I said it exactly how he said it, man. I said it exactly how he said it. He said it in that tone, all right? Because I've watched that video many times before. I've watched a lot of those.
having a very bad day.
I've watched a lot of those Stephen A. compilations before, and I've definitely watched those those Luka compilations where they're talking shit about him before the draft and then they're glazing him after the draft. Cooper Flag is as hyped as these top white boys have ever been. So I'm keen to see him go number 1 to the Jazz.
Where does he rate all-time white American athletes?
Coming out of the draft, he's up there, man. But Larry Bird was like him coming out like in the 80s, bro. Like he lost to Magic in the NCAA final, but like, bro, Larry Bird was like looked at as like.
But he had swagger. Like,
He did not. He had some swag, but he had that. He had that mongrel in him, bro. Like, that's the best way to describe him. He had the mongrel in him. He was just always angry all the time. In press conference, he gave like Darius Boyd level 1-word answers at times. You know what I mean? Like Cooper Flag doesn't seem to have that mongrel in him when you watch it. When you watched him in high school, but hearing how the NBA players spoke about him in the USA like trials for the Olympics, because he versed the USA team.
Yeah.
He was part of that USA 2 team.
Yeah.
And he apparently looked really good against the best NBA players in the
true.
world. So I don't give a damn how he looks in college. I think he's got that dog in him, bro.
Yeah.
you just reminded me of the press conference that Joe Mazzulla pulled. It was like, he was yelling at the ref, and
Yeah.
when they asked him about it, I was just wishing his family a Merry Christmas. I haven't seen him in a long time.
He is my favorite. He might be my favorite coach ever, bro. That bloke. In terms of press conferences, bro, he gives me there's the Key and Peele there's like the boxing press conference or the UFC fighting press conference. It's like one that's like the typical trash talk, like I'm gonna bash his face in, and it's like the other guy's like I've been chosen by God, you know, like you know the person that you're just so scared of, bro. Joe Mazzulla gives me that vibe. All right, Joe Mazzulla gives me that psychopath vibe, bro. And he has the best press conference one-liners I've ever seen from a coach.
And that's the thing with
I hate everything about Boston. Every single player, every single
Lakers fan right here.
Everything about Boston. But their coach, bro, I would run in front of a train for Joe Mazzulla, bro. Because he represents it. It's just love him, bro. How could you not love him? I could talk to that guy for 10 years straight and I won't get bored.
It's just good, like, to see, because you look at NBA from like previous years, you had like Allen Iverson and his, press conferences, and you had like all these storylines in the NBA, and then you just like, you look at the NBA now and there's not much, there's not many storylines, not many excitement. You get like you are excited to see a Joe Mazzulla press conference because especially after some drama, you're just excited to see what he has to say.
There's no drama in NBA anymore, bro. That's why the ratings have sort of dropped off a bit. But I think that's a segment. I think we can talk about that for a little bit longer. So I think we'll talk about that next episode. But
I can kick off the new year with solving the NBA's
But I
problems.
do think we got one last thing, boys.
Yeah, run it.
Because I yapped about the Lakers for too much. But ladies and gentlemen,
There's a title for the podcast.
Yapping.
Lakers.
Yapping the
but
Lakers.
we got an all-star vote.
Nothing but Lakers.
I got my
Lakers.
phone. I got my
Nothing
phone.
but
We got an
Lakers.
all-star vote, boys.
Yeah.
We got to pick 5 from the
on
West,
2%.
5 from the East. Who are you? Like, I think it doesn't matter about positions anymore, eh?
It
Nah,
does.
not really. I don't think it does.
Because it just says
because I did my
5 of the
votes.
West, 5 of the East, bro.
I did my votes last
Where am I
months
going?
ago.
NBA All-Star.
So we'll
I
go-
should have been voting every day for my Pookie Bear, my sweet prince.
I think I'm going to start putting in votes for LaMelo Ball every single day
Yeah.
because he has to be in there, bro.
I
That
reckon he'll
guy
get
would be
there,
the
bro.
most fun.
There was an issue that someone brought up as well. Like it was Charles Barkley. He brought up the household names. Like people just vote for the household
Yeah.
names. Like are people that deserve All-Star actually getting in All-Star? Like that's the issue.
Well, mate, I'm sorry if that
Obviously,
if
you're
that
Giannis,
fraud Tyrese
Tatum.
Halliburton gets picked over LaMelo Ball, I'm gonna fly to Indiana. I'm gonna give him a right hook
come.
myself. Whatever jail time I get, he'll deserve it.
Can I throw out I don't even know if it's a hot take, and it's genuinely not biased. I think Cat is the number 1 center in the East at the moment.
I don't understand why.
So what? Okay,
He's got to be an All-Star.
I don't
Yeah.
understand why Kevin Durant's so
And then
high.
obviously Giannis.
Yeah, because he's a household name.
It's
That's what I'm saying. So,
But I don't think he's an
Doesn't
all-star
even
this
work,
year.
bro. I need backcourt.
So what? All right, boys.
I'm going LaMelo, bro. I'm going LaMelo.
So all right, boys. If we're talking, so Giannis
Jalen
100%
Brunson.
gets in. Giannis and Jokic 100% get in.
Jokic.
They're probably your
Well, let's
team
look at
captains.
West. Okay, let's look at West.
I already did East. My bad.
All right, we'll look
Go
at West.
West and then front court.
Yeah.
No, just go. I'm going West.
Oh, just
both.
West in general. So
what?
Jokic and Shai and Luka.
Yeah.
I think are
Yeah,
the three.
easy.
Three gimmies. Okay, I think they're 3
Easily.
gimmies.
And
But
then
So then that means Anthony Edwards misses out. De'Aaron Fox misses out. I'm happy with that.
Wemby.
Now, do we go? In my opinion,
Do you-
I think I'm missing. I'm skipping Kevin Durant because he spent half this season injured. I'm going Wemby and AD for,
So
the,
no
for the
LeBron.
forwards. No LeBron, bro.
Definitely Wemby.
But
But that's
LeBron's going to
crazy.
be in there.
That's the crazy thing. See, and that's what we're talking about household names. So your top 5, because you got your top 5 All-Stars, and then you got your top 5 from each team, which doesn't actually work because there's going to be 8 players a team.
Yeah.
we
Can I talk through the new format? Because I know it off the top of my head.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
for
'cause
it.
you did
Because I did a video on it. So
I remember. I watched that
Bro,
video.
do you know how long that took me to edit? So basically, the voting process is the same. 24 players are being picked. Those 24 players are being put into 3 different teams, 8 in each team. And then there's a 4th team made up of the winner of the Rising Stars Challenge.
I
So
like
whichever
that.
team wins that. So there's 4 teams.
So there's 2 All-Star games.
There's 3. So there's the
Yeah, the
2
two-
All-Star games, the winners
And
of
then
each
the winners
game.
of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So there's 3 games. There's 2 semifinals. The winner of each semifinal play each other in the final. And that's like pretty much it. As I said, 8 players on the 3 teams and then a kids team.
Now,
Like the kids table at Christmas.
Now, before we move on
That
to
kids
the,
team is going to get
what
cooked,
what
bro.
do you
Yeah.
think about the
But
All-Star
doesn't-
format?
Does Wemby play for the kids team because he's a second-year player?
if he gets picked in All-Stars,
Yeah, I know,
then
I know.
yeah.
But,
But I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Wemby, I think AD, and I think Jokic have to be the
Yeah.
3 bigs, like
I've
the
got
3
the exact
forwards.
same 3.
And then Shea and Luka. I think it's a
Yeah.
no-brainer,
Yeah.
bro.
I think the West is pretty clear
Pretty
cut
clear
for the
cut.
5.
But the East, man, the East.
The East is actually very contended.
So look, I can't pick Paolo Banchero. I don't even think the bloke's going to be healthy for the game.
I
Yeah.
think your number 1 pick is
Is
Giannis.
Giannis
yeah.
easily.
And
I think Tatum has to be in
You
there,
got
bro.
it has to be.
you have to go Tatum.
And then what? I think the guards have to be LaMelo Ball and probably Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. You could make a case for Donovan Mitchell because the Cavs
Or
are being
Damian
good.
Lillard.
I would
Or
say
Lillard.
Donovan.
I've
yeah.
gone Brunson and
I'll probably
like,
go Donovan Mitchell, and then
I think
But I've
Dame's going to
gone-
get more
I've
votes,
gone-
but
I've
I
gone
think
LaMelo.
Damian will go in before will go in ahead of Jalen Brunson.
I think
but
the
I'm
more
sorry.
I think the casual fans go Dame over Brunson.
Yeah, for sure. Dame's
The
a
casual
household
fans.
name.
Yeah,
Brunson,
exactly.
Brunson, no matter how good Brunson plays, he's never going to be a household name.
Nah.
yeah.
And then
Casuals don't know
I
him,
think
bro.
Cat has to be.
It's got to be Cat.
I think
gotta
it's
be
going to go to
Cat.
Cat. Yeah.
He's playing so good.
Yeah, no, and he's averaging 25 and 14, bro.
Yeah. He's the first Nick to average those numbers since
can
Ewing.
you
It's
build-
crazy.
But I'm sorry, bro. LaMelo Ball has to be in here. If you're not even
As long as he's
because
healthy.
man, for the most part he has been healthy.
Yeah.
To be honest. It's just like a couple of weeks, and I think it was a couple of weeks just to be precautionary, bro.
Yeah.
But maybe these new ankle braces are working. I'm knocking on wood because I have him in fantasy. But
was gonna-
plastic.
Paolo was looking very likely, but that injury sort of derailed him big time.
Who would you have him over?
Probably Cat.
Really?
Yeah, like the guy was.
I guess like Giannis.
He
is
was
getting
averaging
votes.
29, 9, and 7 and 6,
Yeah.
bro, before he got injured.
Giannis and Tatum aren't dropping out.
Yeah, Tatum's been
They're
too
two big
good.
household names as well.
Yeah.
And being good.
Does Jaylen Brown get in
No,
there?
bro.
Not-
Jaylen
not even five.
Brown's been. I think Franz would have got in over Jaylen Brown, bro.
Based on those teams, who do you reckon end up as the other three?
I think. Well, I
Oh
think.
no, it's more than three, isn't it? What is it?
Well,
Well,
12.
12 getting picked from each team.
Yeah, so
I
7.
can see guys like. Cade definitely's got to get a look in.
Like I think all of Brunson, Dame, LaMelo, and then maybe
LeBron's
Hallie.
obviously-
or-
LeBron's obviously going to be
Bron
there.
will
So
be
you got
there.
Kevin Durant's going to be part
Kevin
of it.
Durant's going to be there. Devin Booker, maybe.
Yeah.
and
And
Ant-Man's
probably
going to
gets
be
in
in there.
there.
You know what's funny? And I think it's... Bro, Vucevic has been playing so well that he could get a nod.
you reckon?
He could get a nod
Yeah.
as a big for the East. So
Maybe Ben Kera gets in.
I just gotta-
if he's not injured.
if he's not injured.
I want
yeah.
I
on
want
the
to
bench.
ask you guys more for like so we can
But he's only
properly-
played like 9 games, bro.
Yeah, I
probably
know.
get our opinions. But what is your opinion on the NBA Cup as its new format? Like
NBA
a lot of
Cup.
people. Oh, NBA Cup. Sorry. What is your thoughts on? What is your opinion on the new All Star format? Do you like it? Do you don't like it?
Can I go first?
You can
This
go
is
first.
it. It's as simple as this, ladies and gentlemen. Give us East versus West and get them in their jerseys. Let's go back to them being in their team's jerseys. One white or light and one dark. And let's just back how it was in the early thousands. East versus West.
Issue is you
But-
need-
and just,
No,
like,
it's
just
never
play.
gonna- and they're
Throw
ne-
money at it.
No, they
Make
don't
them
care about
play.
money. They don't care. They don't care.
They don't care, and I
NBA
think NBA Cup proves that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I know,
only
No, the
like-
NBA Cup
No.
they care because they're playing for
the
their
kids
teammates'
get the
pockets,
money.
bro.
Yeah.
Well, there's that. You know, like a lot of the younger players and all the bench players that like they all win 500 odd thousand each.
Yeah.
Like some of them are on like that's
Yeah.
a third of their money. Like
I think Giannis is giving the money away to his teammates.
and that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, this is the way I see it is, bro. That I'm happy that there's some change being done to the All Star game to make it more enticing. I think throwing the young kids in will be good because number one, the young kids are gonna want to play against the All Stars and prove themselves, and the All Stars not gonna want to be busted up by some young kids.
I was gonna say, is
I
that
think
what
that
brings?
Yeah.
I think that game's gonna be the competitive
I wonder how
one.
they decide who plays the kids.
I don't know. I think it's going to be the third team of
The
all
third,
everybody
so
that
you
gets
got
sort of
NBA
snubbed.
yeah.
team 1, team
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three
All the
versus
ones that sort of
Rising
got
Star.
snubbed are going to be
Yeah.
mad about
Yeah.
getting snubbed because that
Okay,
actually
yeah.
affects
Yeah.
their contract getting into the All Star game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They're
get
going to
ya.
get snubbed. They're going to be pissed. I think that it's going to make it a little bit more.
That would-
competitive.
that'll
Rising
be a
Star
good game.
would be a good game.
Because it's all the young kids wanting to prove themselves versus the All-Stars that are essentially
snubbed.
snubbed.
So
Yeah. that one's going to be good.
Yeah, that'll
I'm
be
telling you,
cracker.
you will see a competitive difference between like if it's the main players versus each other, like top 8 versus the second top 8. Well, no, it's a draft. It's a
Oh, no, it
draft.
is.
It's
It
not
is a
even.
draft.
It's a draft.
Never
Yeah, but
mind.
still,
It's
but
a
still,
draft.
but the kid, they're not going to want to lose to the kids, bro.
Yeah, you're
Well,
right.
that's
Like, that
the
game will be competitive. I feel like the other games may be competitive because it's like, well, we don't want to lose the first game.
Yeah.
And then once you're in the final, it's like, well, we want to win.
Yeah,
the
I
final.
like
So
this
it'll be
format.
more competitive.
Do you think?
I like this
Do
format.
you
I'm
think
glad
it's
that
a
there's
format
change.
that's gonna stick?
No, the format's never
Bro.
Because
stick.
it's first to 40 as well. It's not even like a proper game.
Yeah,
like
that's
people,
the other thing
they
I've
get
left
it,
out.
Like
It's
they,
first to 40.
Like they get that in the first quarter. Like,
Well, I
Yeah.
think they're
Are
just
we gonna
fucking-
get-
Short
I think
game.
they're just embarrassed about there being 350 points being scored in an All-Star game.
well,
By
you know
making it
what?
first to 40, it's not everyone just doing
You know what's the
cool
most disappointing
layups.
part for all my gamblers out there is
Shout out
that
to
there is no more betting on the overs because
Yeah.
that was the easiest bet of the year every year betting
Except-
on the overs.
Yeah, if you didn't bet on Luka and Jokic.
Yeah.
because they never tried in the All-Star game. But now I think because every shot means a lot more, by bringing it down to 40, it's going to be exciting to play. I think it'll be a lot closer. I'm keen to see how it changes it.
I think it's a better format than the one that they brought in to tribute to Kobe, where it was like whoever's leading after whatever quarter, the 24 gets added to the score or whatever. That was so confusing. I just didn't rate that system.
I didn't even, bro. I watched the celebrity game. I didn't watch the actual All-Star game. It's so boring. I might watch this All-Star game, bro.
Yeah.
And boys, congratulations to the Bucks to win the NBA Cup.
Yeah.
Screw you, OKC and Shea. I don't know why I hate them so much. I think it's just because of Lou Dort. Like, honestly, man, like if
Of all players,
if I could,
that's like me saying my favorite player on the Nets when he was there was Karis LeVert.
No, but he was mad. But this is the player I hate the most. I think in the whole league, I hate Lou Dort more than Dylan Brooks.
More than Tatum?
Why now?
I hate Lou Dort. Like,
why do you hate
if I
Lou
had
Dort?
if I had one bullet, and the whole NBA to choose from, who gets that bullet?
Andre Iguodala.
It's going straight into Lou Dort, and like it's gonna go not into the head. Like I actually want Lou Dort to suffer. I don't know why.
That's gonna be like Luigi Mangioli.
He plays, bro. He just tackles everyone. He's a football player. The refs never call fouls on him. He injures everybody, bro. Like no doubt in my mind, Embiid is gonna miss time against OKC so that Lou Dort doesn't injure him. I'm sick of this guy, bro. Suck shit, Lou Dort, bro. I hate that guy, man. I just look at him. I just want to punch you. After last the playoff series against the Mavericks, bro, I watched the whole thing. Every game. I swear I wanted to kill him. I wanted to strangle him, bro. He just has a different rule book to everybody else, and the rest never call it. There's always too much contact sucked in, Lou Dort. You deserve to lose that, bro. Congratulations to Darvin Ham, NBA Cup 2 times.
He doesn't lose.
He hasn't
Two
lost.
times.
He's never lost an NBA Cup game.
Never lost, bro.
Camera, it's time. Kill the stream.
All right, boys.
It just went
the
off.
cameras
It just went
cocked
off.
it. I love you all.
We'll wrap
Shout
it
out
up.
to the Bucks. Thank you for beating Lou Dort. And remember, we were talking mad shit about you guys last time, but you won the NBA Cup. Shout out to the Bucks.